Yo! Welcome back to another episode of Tokyo Revengers. This episode was titled Breakup. It's episode 14, and there's a good amount to talk about in this episode. There's a lot of cool shit, and there's a lot of character stuff, and a lot of setup for what's coming for this arc. So let's jump right into the episode, shall we? So the episode begins with everyone welcoming the 3rd Division captain, and then it's still very ambiguous in the beginning of the episode whether he's talking about Takemitchy or somebody else, but then we get confirmed, of course, it is not Takemitchy. In fact, it is Kisaki, bro. Tenta Kisaki. And wow, talk about a way to start this episode. We literally have the one person who shouldn't be in power coming to power, and of course, out of all people who literally is opposed to this, it's Takemitchy, who literally socks him in the face. All the other division captains are like looking at him like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you're going against Mikey's fucking choices. Like, why are you doing this? And only for Baji, who might be the coolest character ever. He's kind of cool. I really like his whole aura. He comes in, he's like, bro, oh, so we fighting. Okay, he socks Takemitchy in the face, and after he socks Takemitchy in the face, he's kind of like, guess what? Does that mean I quit Toman because I hit this guy? And then he's like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to join Valhalla. As of today, like, don't even see me as a member of this gang. I'm fully now a member of Valhalla. It turns out the only reason why Mikey appointed Kisaki to the 3rd Division captain position is because he wants him to be he sees him as an ally against Valhalla, which I assume is the next big bad. So I'm assuming that this is their way of indoctrinating members of Mobius that they've already beaten into the Toman gang. And of course, due to all of this and to all of that, it becomes a whole big like issue of Baji leaving and Kisaki staying. And after that, Kisaki sees Takemitchy and he punches him right in the fucking face after telling him pick your gut or your face. And of course, Takemitchy says, oh, then just go for my gut. Gets socked in the face, gets knocked out, wakes up to Mikey-kun, who is still like, whoa, like, you don't like Kisaki, huh? You have to understand, I got Kisaki in the gang because I need strong people. And then he tells him the story of Toman, how it was originally 5 members, silver-haired dude, Draken, Mikey, Pachin, and of course Baji, and that they came together to just be the gang for Mikey's dream. Mikey's dream, of course, being to like lead a form of organization against everybody who tries to oppose them. At the same time, though, we get more into Takemitchy finding out that like that's not what it seems to be. Like, for Takemitchy, he's like, look, you want me to bring back Baji from Valhalla because Baji wants to leave and join Valhalla, but to Takemitchy, he's like, look, I can't join them until, like, I'm not gonna bring him back unless you promise me that you kick out Kisaki. And for Mikey, he's like, look, how about this? If you prove to me you're more useful than Kisaki, I will hear your request and kick him out. But for now, if you fail, you die. And on top of that, I'm making you join Toman under the 2nd Division captain. So he makes him join Mitsuya, Mitsuya's division, silver-haired dude. And it proves like Mitsuya's like, oh, lucky me, I get Takemitchy. But it is interesting because like after they both leave and Takemitchy washes the blood off his face and shirt and whole personal matter, he finds a picture of the members of Toman, but there seems to be a 6th member, and seems to be a 6th member, and of all things, he has a tattoo on his neck, and it seems like he might be the leader of Valhalla. And when Baji runs into him, he goes, bro, long time no see. And it's kind of alluded to from the picture that Baji and the dude from Valhalla are very close, like almost like brothers. So we're left with these big questions, no answers of why is Kisaki there? Well, we know why Kisaki is there, but what's Kisaki's intentions being there after like being in Mobius? What's Baji's role to play in this timeline, and how will the War of Valhalla actually go? We don't know too much because I assume that Takemitchy didn't do the research, and since he didn't do the research, we're not going to know anything. But I am curious on what is going to happen with every member of Toman, because hopefully this is the goal that Takemitchy needs to achieve, and able to prove that he's worthy of 3rd division captain. But at the same time too, the 1st division captain is open, so I'm hoping that this will eventually push people over to take new roles in the gang and whatnot. I don't know. My biggest thing I want to talk about is like where the arc is heading. Being a new gang violence, a new gang fight with Valhalla, I can only assume, or we can only speculate on what happened between the dude who was originally in Toman, who eventually, I would say, founded Valhalla. Why did he do that? I can assume it has something to do with him and Mikey not just being good friends and just arguing over something small as just what they want to do with the gang. But what does Valhalla want? That's the big thing. What does Valhalla want, and how is Toman obscuring their dream or their progress? We don't know these things. What we can infer is that this is definitely going to be a battle between friends, and it's not going to be pretty. In fact, I'm not even sure if we're going to get the full story off the bat. Oh, sorry about that. This episode is interesting. There's a lot of stuff that's left ambiguous, and it felt rather fast paced, and like nothing really seemed to get like answered. But altogether, this episode was pretty decent. I'm gonna give it a B. I'm gonna give it 8 out of 10. It was nice, it was good, but it definitely wasn't anything that was like worth, like I could have missed this episode, came back and got the recap, and still very much been in the loop of the episodes. But we're not every episode needs to be a banger. Some episodes can just be chill and set up, and I'm so sorry for all that noise, and that's all fine as well. All fine and dandy. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for me in this video. Sorry it's rather short, but when you don't have a lot to go on, this is what happens. Anyways, guys, it is your sadistic sorry, I'm kind of drunk.